I think once God revealed to me who was all involved in trying to take me down, and once He revealed to me their motives, it kind of put me in a space to where I think I was talking at them a couple times because a part of me wanted them to know that I knew. But that's not even my job. Like, I'm not supposed to go up against egotistical, narcissistic people because that's what they are. When I say they're the nobodies, like the courage that we have, the bravery, the resilience it took, the integrity, they spew these words out and have no idea what it means. They spent their time trying to kill somebody because they felt like that would look better on them. And now, instead of being upset about it, I feel like I inspired them. Because you could never inspire me. These people that I'm talking about, they literally, only thing they ever do is gossip about people. Only reason they want to make it to the top is to look nice and have clothes. They don't want to do nothing for humanity. Like, I won't even get on here and speak about the things that I'm gonna do because I'm gonna be the first to do it. And I've noticed when you tell people what you want to do to make a change, everybody jumps on the bandwagon and it becomes a trend. I don't want anything that I do to be a trend unless it is being resilient and trusting God at all times. That could be a trend. But like, as far as me, my personal self, I like to have that to myself because I already lived a life when in my younger days trying to fit in with these people. And I was never like them. I didn't even like the music they liked. And somehow they twist the narrative and made it seem like I'm the thug rapper. I don't even listen to the music. I can't give you one Lil Wayne song if it's not popular. But I know I have nothing to prove, and that's why these people had to go so hard. They got confident because they've done this to so many people. I'm grateful that I don't follow the lead. I don't follow you just because you got money. I'm not going to follow you just because you look good. I'm not going to follow you just because you can dress, you drive a nice car. I'm not going to follow you because of that. The problem is when they have all this, they like to be like, oh yeah, I'm blessed. When half the time they didn't even get that from God. They did some type of scheming, manipulating. So who do you think rewarded them? It wasn't God. That's why I don't pay these people no mind. I remember thinking like, just taking in everything that they were saying about me and telling myself, what if I am that? And I'm just like, but you're not. And praying to God and praying to God, God showed me the beauty in who I always was. Even as a child, I was never a little stuck up child. I wasn't no sassy mouth child. None of that. So many things happened to me that I didn't speak up on, and it looked a certain way to other people. But I've learned that I don't have to explain that to them. I know what happened. These people don't know anything. They'll take somebody who's been raped and turn that into making her something else, what she's not. There is nothing to fight here because these people, at the end of the day, they will never even take accountability for what they did to me, to us, chosen. It's people think they know everything. They don't know everything. They talk too much. They run their mouth, they put people down, and the only people who's sitting around them talking about, oh yeah, I feel where she's coming from, yeah, she was like this, the only people who are agreeing with them is people who want to sit with them. The people in my past, I know they're not going nowhere. None of them are. So I don't have to get on here and, like, at first I was just like, oh, this what did that, my baby daddy family, and it's like, I don't even care no more enough to even bring up what they did, because they know what they did. And I know that they're not gonna win. I know that they're actually gonna go down. If not, they're not already going down. I'm brave. I'm courageous. I'm creative. I'm loving. I'm kind. Always have been. I had to get back to me and stop trying to be what I thought was gonna please them. And as soon as I did that, it ruffled their feathers, because people were already talking about me. So they were like, no, there's no way. So what they thought was cool was to try to destroy somebody and take their story. They don't even have real things to talk about that happened to these people. They've never been through nothing for real. One of them, she made up some weird lie about being raped, and I knew it was a lie. And I never deny people's story, but this girl, it was a lie. The whole thing, it was a lie. And I just have that type of discernment, not to try to sound like I'm this and I'm that, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I can't see what I know I can see. She's a liar. That's why these people scream this, oh, family this and family we all we got. They can't stand alone. Because once you get older and you branch off, you're supposed to have you and your little family. But they're not even proud of that little family. Like the same people who came up against me talking about, like when they started copying me because they know I'm not on social media. So they're on social media just telling my story, basically acting like they're growing and they've been doing this. I promise you, those people ain't stopped no habits. They ain't stopped smoking weed. They still out here having babies in their 30s and 40s without a ring. And I preach that because how you going on a journey but you end up pregnant? I don't care what nobody says, you're not on a journey. You don't slip and get pregnant in your 30s and 40s. You don't. These people are bored. They want people to praise them. They don't understand. The realists walk alone. They'll swear up and down, you're not real. You're real because God chose you. Because God knows everybody's heart. So why would he choose you to know this and choose you to discern that and feel that? That's just like when they were playing in my face. These people really thought like I was just so clueless. I didn't know what they were doing. I knew exactly what they were doing. I was praying for them in the process. I wanted them to stop. I never said it. That's their problem. They think if you don't say something, you don't know something. When you got real wisdom, you ain't got to run around running your mouth. I even had somebody, like this person, I won't say if it's a guy or a girl, but this person, she was like, dang it, I said it. I want to link up with you. Like, it's like, I want to link up with you because I ain't never seen nobody fight the way you fought. I ain't never seen nobody stand alone the way you stand alone. Because I know these people are nobody special. And I know they've been doing this for hundreds of years. Because I asked the questions to God. Why do people kill themselves, God? Why do they do that? God answered all those questions for me. Them people killed themselves because they didn't ever think God was going to show up. They believed, some of them. But they felt like, this is too much. That's why I said, I'm not going to quit, God. And I'm not. Some days are so hard. Like, I posted a video yesterday and I just pointed it to the sky because it was just so hard to say a word yesterday, because some days, I won't lie, I get so disgusted with humanity. Like, ew, y'all have no clue what to do. Y'all are so dark. Their ego is so big on let me impress the world, and as long as everybody's saying I'm the coolest one, you're actually the lamest one. I know who I was since I was a child. My mama raised me to do everything. You need your hair done, Nuke gonna do it. You need a babysitter, Nuke gonna do it. Dishes dirty, Nuke got it. I was that in my home. I was the one they come pick up to watch their kids for the weekend. I didn't really cook because I wasn't no cook. My mama could cook, so why would I be the cook? So that's about the only thing I didn't do at people's houses. But I learned a lot about people. I learned about materialistic people. And those will be the first people to turn on you. Materialistic people, because they live for an image. They don't care about the real you to your core. They just want to look good because they can't fathom being by themselves. But I've always been by myself. Even when I was a kid and I had a house, my mama used to have a house full of people. I was by myself. And I always tried to, even like when I turned like 18, 19, I had no clue what to do. She was still here for a little bit. She didn't guide me in no kind of way. I figured just have a lot of people over. That's what my mama did. But I had no clue. None of that stuff was what was for me, because these people are not like you. So I always thought it was something wrong with me, because why am I so different? So I try to make myself be like everybody else. That's what I used to do. But now, when I started walking in my own and being my own self, that's when they got offended, because they couldn't control me anymore. Now I can't be controlled. You can't tell me one thing and I'm just gonna believe you. I know what I see and I know what I heard. I'll never get on here again. I'm gonna try not to, because some days are easier than others. But I'm gonna try my best not to get on here and talk about what they personally did, because I'll probably have all that in my book. But I made the best choices for my babies. Like my younger 3 babies, they went through hell just being my kids. Not because of me. I know how you speak to children. I know how you raise children. Well, I learned, and I learned a lot. I learned so much that they started stealing my ideas, because I wanted to learn, and that's why God taught me. They never wanted to learn. They just want to be right. They're the type of people, if you catch them in a lie, they'll put another lie on it. You catch them in another lie, they'll put another one on there. That's why I know, like, the people who be around them, they either don't have their own mind or they're not their own person. These people who came up against me all the time, she don't have a personality. No, you don't have a personality. You just jealous of mine. That's why you had to take me down, so you could try to pull off this you've been a kind person your whole life, when really these people have been bullies their whole lives. They're bullies. Their children are bullies. They're liars. Their children are liars. I can never see myself ever entertaining these people once again. Like the people from my past, if I was to run into these people, I would go the other way. I would literally walk, though. Usually if you're crazy or I see red flags, I'll run. I will run. But for the people in my past that try to take me down, I probably would just slowly walk away, so they could see you never killed me. You killed yourself. Because the real one's gonna look at them like, that's all you do. There's nothing amazing about these people. Like, these people I'm talking about, I can't name you nothing that I miss about them, or like a saying that they used to have. Every saying that they made people like them with, that was my saying first, but nobody's around me to know that. So I've always had a way with words. People tell me that all the time. I have a photographic memory. I can look at one thing one time and I know. That's why when they be like, she couldn't catch on here, like, they were doing so much to make me look like this dumb, crazy, like, and anything that they could think of, they put that on me. But when those things get turned back around on them, it's gonna drive them insane. The same way they try to do us. It's gonna drive them insane, because the truth is, that's who they really are. You can talk all you want and say, oh, it's an act. Girl, bye. God knows me. God knows the real me. You know, when the lights are out and nobody's around, God knows that person. They know that at the end of the day, when nobody's around watching, they are the darkness, and they can't stand it. That's why they gotta work so hard to be the light. When it just comes, it just flows off of us, because that's who we are. We are light. We are love. But jealousy made them want to destroy that, so that they could say, she's so horrible, she's this, she's that. And like, I've even heard one girl, she knew how I was, and we got into it. I beat her up because I was tired of people playing with me at the time. I was tired of this journey, and I took out everything on her. But when the cops got there, she was like, I keep to myself. I just stay in the house. And I just looked at her. I was all hyped up. I was like, officer, I'm pissed off. I was like, I had to beat her ass. I was going off. I was like, she's only playing calm because she's trying to be me. And the first thing they love to say, girl, shut up. You're trying to be me. You found out wheat bread was my favorite. Now wheat bread is your favorite. That's why I say, like, they are so weird. They will try to convince you that you're not you. They see that you love buying water bottles, and then you go to their house again, they got water bottles stacked up. None of them are original. I don't even have a war to fight anymore, because now I know who is who. And I got my children in safety. And my oldest son, he came back. He got sent back. I will bring up this much. I don't want to talk too much about that dark family, because his family is the darkness, all of them. But they got mad at him because I set boundaries, and I said I don't want any of them having my number. I blocked all of them, because all y'all want to do is argue. You just want to get a reaction out of me, so that you can prove to the people you've been lying to that I am who you say I am, but I am who God says I am. So I blocked them. Because I blocked them, his dad told him, give my mama your mama's number. And the mom's like, I want you to, I need your number for my daughter. And I'm like, no. And she's like, well, just hang up. Why did you even call? Then they kept calling back. They were so pissed off that they told my son, it's her or us. And they put my son out because he wouldn't give them my phone number. Oh, sick, popular people. I gotta open my door, so I'm gonna end this video.